didn't sleep in the truck. And no, this isn't the same shirt as yesterday. It looks the same, but it's not the same exact shirt. Good morning, Snapchat. Matt LaMarche coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. I hope you're doing fantastic. Today we're going to talk about pre-entrepreneurial Matt. BE, before entrepreneurship. And actually after entrepreneurship, but there's an entrepreneurial sandwich going on here for those of you that have been following along for a while. So for those of you that have been following along for some time, you know I had a business, failed, went to work for Fortune 500 companies, started this business. Yes, I am sitting still. Yes, I am in a neighborhood. And yes, I had an eBay selling business. The market is why that business failed. I worked hard at it. I had a great model, but people's minds and businesses were changing. Now, don't get me wrong. There were things that we did right, and there were a lot of things that we did wrong. But we made money pretty consistently. And then it just fell out, kind of like the real estate thing. So after that, decided, you know what, I'm going to go try and refine my craft and work for a lot of other people in a short amount of time. So for about 12 years, that's what I did. I worked for Staples, I worked for Yamaha, I worked for a little marine dealer here in Georgia. And even though I was working, I was still working on me. I was still working on my sales and my marketing and my entrepreneurship, even though I was working for someone else. You can do this. In fact, you should be doing this. If you're currently an employee but you want to be an entrepreneur, focus on what you like doing in your job and then apply it to your business later on. The misconception when I worked at Yamaha and at the marine dealer was that I just like boats and I just like being around boats, which was true, but I was also watching. I was watching and I was listening. So if there's one thing I'll ask today is that you watch and that you listen, because you may learn something, but you also may be entertained and you may laugh. Alright, so a lot of you have probably seen this boat before, or this brand of boat, Cigarette. That's 400s, 16. Okay guys, so that's where I used to work. That was a sales manager there, but also did service management for about 2 years. So today's format's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do 3 anchor bombs, boat themed, is that right? Essentially 3 things everyone should know about boats. So the first thing is this engine, this Suzuki, is called an outboard engine. You have about 10 different brands. The reason that they call them outboards is because they're outside of the board. They're behind the actual deck of the boat. The second type of engine in this first anchor, pay attention, come on, inboard. That means that the engine is inside the actual boat. But you have the propeller and all the drive outside, obviously, to push the water. I'm good, man. How are you? All right, still on the first anchor here. This is called an IO, or an inboard outboard. So the engine is inside, the drive is on the outside of the boat. Now, yes, those are the basic 3. Those are the most popular 3, but there are jet propulsion boats and also what they call V-drive boats. V-drives are in the inboard boats where the shaft goes down and there's a secondary shaft that comes back and turns the propeller. So there you go. Anchor number 1, done! So a little history on me and boating. I grew up boating. My family's always had boats around, and that's why I come to the show. But also to see all this cool new stuff. There's tons of technology in here. Gotcha.
Flight Fish. So, I mean, it's got it all. Engines, nav, fuel.
Alright guys, so anchor number 1 was the type of engine or the type of propulsion or power. Anchor number 2 is going to be the type of boat. A lot of these are going to look similar, so if you have questions along the way, snap me. I'll snap you back. I'll show you what's going on here. Come on! Literally the fastest way for me to do this is just to take a picture, put some text over it. So hold on. It's going to be a quick one. That last one should be the official YI Snap boat. That color combination matched perfectly, right? Guys, we're still on anchor number 2, okay? Keep up with me. If you haven't had that second cup of coffee already, you better get on it. quick break for some more color changing paint. So sick. Alright, so that's anchor number 2. Yeah, there's a lot more and there's a lot of sub-segments and subsets to each one of these, but those are the basics. We good? So now that you've seen the type of engine and the type of boat, tell me, hit the little chat, tell me what kind of boat would you have and what would you use to power it with? Go! What's cracking, Snapchat? I'm Eric Triplett, they call me the Pond Digger, and these are my Guys, I can't do this anymore. Those aren't koi. Come on. I know, I'm just saying it's embarrassing. You understand? If I say I want koi fish, I want koi fish. Good grief. So my buddy Chris right here just reminded me, one of the best boating tips I ever learned was that you want to find a friend with a boat. You don't want to actually buy a boat. Alright, so I did forget one very, very important second anchor. Bass boats. So here we go.
Got it?
No, it's all good, man. Just you keep going. I just came here for you.
There's
you know,
an actual copy of the deal.
I guess I must have scared him off. Now I'm alone. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? All right, guys. So this is Tom. Tom, say something inspiring.
Started over.
So not everyone's cut out to be in front of the camera. That's all right. Tom's still a great guy. If you want to see more of my day at the boat show, go check out the Periscope we just did. By now you all understand that the term day is relative. I was at the boat show for 2 hours and did two scopes, and all of those snaps. Woo! Not so fast, Mr. Fancy Pants, you say? You forgot the third anchor, you say? No, I didn't. Come on. I just couldn't do it there. We gotta do it here. Marked. Anchor number 3 is this. Buy a boat for why and how you're going to use it. Too many people miss this, and here's what I mean. If you have a family of 5, a Porsche is a bad idea, right? Just like in my tip earlier about having a friend that has a boat that you use, as soon as you buy a boat, you become that friend. So buy something that will hold a lot of people, that will go the speed that you want it to, that will hold all the equipment and gear that comes along with having a boat. And then, of course, buy something that you can pull a skier or a tube with or go on the intercoastal with. You know, a lot of this depends on where you are, so if you have questions, ask me. Now, I don't know everything there is to know about boats, okay? But I know enough to be dangerous, and I know enough to help you make a good buying decision. So, if you have questions about buying or selling or trading or servicing a boat, I can do it. Hit me up. Hit the little, right there, chat. And if you're never looking at buying a boat, that's totally fine. I just hope you enjoyed some of the sights and sounds and things going on at the boat show. If nothing else, thank you so much for following along in the story today. I know we got a lot in there in a very short amount of time, so I appreciate your attention. It means the world to me.